What's the latest news on the state budget?
Well, we're working right now on a package of reforms for Initiative 960, which imposes a 2/3 requirement for us to close tax loopholes or do any increased revenue. The reforms should make it easier for us by a simple majority in the legislature to come up with some revenue that will help us to avoid an all-cuts budget.
Tell us about your bill that would recognize marriages of same-sex couples performed in other states.
2 years ago, the legislature passed the first in the nation reciprocity provision for domestic partnerships, which means that civil unions and domestic partnerships from other states are treated as domestic partnerships here in Washington. Of course, our voters last fall, by about 53% margin, approved that law that gives all registered domestic partners the same rights as married couples. We created a little loophole in the law by saying that marriages of same-sex couples from other jurisdictions wouldn't be recognized at all as domestic partnerships. And so this bill would change that. It would mean that people who are coming here on vacation, or Washington residents who have gone to Connecticut or Massachusetts or any of the other 7 jurisdictions in the United States that allow same-sex couples to get married, would have their relationships recognized for all sorts of purposes, including hospital visitation and the right to make medical decisions.
You're co-sponsoring a bill that would modernize our parentage and surrogacy laws. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Another one of the big loose ends that we left in the domestic partnership bill last year was the question of parentage. We amended the statute in a general way, but we didn't do anything about all of the details, many of which are based on biology and haven't really been modernized to reflect the way that people form families today. So this bill would update the Uniform Parentage Act and incorporate domestic partners into it. It would also repeal a little-known provision that was enacted 22 years ago that prohibits the payment of surrogates and has made it very difficult for couples who have fertility challenges to have biological children in our state. Most of them have had to go out of state and pay a lot more money and face legal uncertainty because of the state of the law in Washington.
Great. Well, thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you.